Back to another episode of the Appetizer. As always, I'm Jalen Russell, and today we're talking about the Houston Rockets. They finished off 56-26 last year, second in the Western Conference before losing in the Western Conference Finals. Now, if you're a Rockets hater or just a guy that's not a fan of Harden, Dwight Howard, like me, I think Dwight Howard is one of the softest centers in the league, and he gets way too much credit for what he does. He should really be destroying guys on a nightly basis, but that's beside the point. These guys are going to be extremely dangerous this year, so if you don't like them, don't watch, because they're going to be winning games. They're going to be playing extremely well this year, and they're going to be one of the most dangerous teams in the league. And it has a little bit to do with the moves they made during the offseason. Free agency, they signed Samuel Decker, and they also signed Montrezl Harrell by the draft, not free agency. They signed Ty Lawson in free agency, though, which is huge. Patrick Beverley is not a scorer. He's a defensive stopper, great backup, but maybe not starter quality in the league. Now they have Ty Lawson. If he stays out of trouble and this team stays healthy, these guys are going to be one of the most dangerous teams in the league this year. They only lost Jason Terry, Josh Smith, who had his moments, but I think got a little bit too much credit last year. He did play well, but he was really inconsistent. And he's kind of one of those guys that can either be great for your team or terrible for your team. And with him off their team now, you have a little bit more consistent play coming off the bench. They'll probably have Decker playing backup small forward now behind Ariza, which isn't a bad deal. He really came onto the scene last year towards the end of the year in the Big Ten tournament and also in the NCAA tournament. They lost Nick Johnson as well, who's a young player, but they also still have Corey Brewer, and they re-signed McDaniels, so they can kind of make up for that there. But yeah, just looking at their starting lineup and their backups, I mean, you've got Lawson, Harden, Ariza, Jones, and Howard starting, with Beverly, Brewer, Decker, Montejunas, and Capella coming off the bench. That's a dangerous lineup. And honestly, when you're that deep, and then you've got McDaniels coming in as well at the shooting guard position, these guys are going to give a lot of people problems. You saw how greedy they were last year. Arguably, if they had Patrick Beverley to finish out the year, they might have actually gotten into the finals. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do it this year, honestly. Especially with them, their biggest competition in the West being the Clippers, the Warriors, and the San Antonio Spurs. I can see them, if they're healthy, if they stay healthy, which is a big if with this team, these guys will get to the finals, and I think they might actually even win it. Who knows? That's all I have for you guys.